Can we get a charge out of Mastercard? I'm Jill Malandrino with the Streets Options Profits.
And I'm Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com.
This is going to be a fun, speculative little play. The name trades ex-div today. Like yesterday, it traded 2.4, its average daily volume, and earnings are February 2nd. So we're going to take a look at a nice little trade where we can see a lot of volatility. I think this is going to be a great name going into the print because the consumer surprised with how strong they spent this holiday season.
Well, this stock has been just an unbelievable trader. Last year, it was one of the leaders with Visa. And what happens in the beginning of the year, a lot of traders or hedge funds, they need to have it on the book, so they hold it a little bit longer. So you see in the beginning of the year, people just take profits because they want to rotate, whatever it is. First day of the year, a lot of traders saw relative weakness, so they actually got short and then closed on the lows. And then yesterday, you had your downside follow-through. And now today is that interesting day where I think you can have guys like me who aren't even looking to hold long-term, try and play a tradable bounce. So if you look here on the chart, this is the area we're going to be watching. Okay, this was the beginning of the year when it broke this 372, this upper range, and went negative while the market was still higher. That was your exit sign if you want to get out of your Mastercard and if you wanted to get short. Closing the lows right there, then it opened flat. Once it traded below yesterday's low, you had more downside action. So if you look here, you have an uptrend that's been intact, all the way back like 6 months ago that we're just touching. So at this point, I think if you want to have a risk type play or calculated risk, play it long versus 352. 352 is yesterday's low. It's also this uptrend, and then if it breaks below, comes back above, you can still buy it. I do think that on the short term, it at least comes back to retest a 50-day, which is 362. So that's about 10 points. And then at some particular point, if it builds back a decent pattern, it could continue. But right now, I think there's a good short-term trade.
And speaking of controlled risk, Mark Sebastian of Option Pit is going to give us the options play with a bullish butterfly. We think that this can be a really fun play ahead of earnings and even into the print.
There you go.
Thank you.